Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are feeling well. I, on the other hand, am a little sick right now, so I'm sorry if you can hear it in my voice, but definitely when I cough, I'm going to be cutting that out so you guys don't have to hear that. Anyway, I really wanted to do a voiceover for this speed build because this is probably one of my favorite, I guess it's not really a build, but this is one of my favorite renovations that I've done in a really long time. So just to start off, you guys can see that I am just kind of deleting everything that's inside of this build, and that's kind of where we're going to start, just deleting all of the old gross things that we don't want in the build, and then we'll get started with the actual renovation and starting to decorate everything. So by the title of the video, you guys can probably tell that this is actually a renovation of James Turner's industrial old factory build that he did. He did tell us to fix it up for him and use his hashtag as technically a shell challenge, and hopefully he'll be able to see my reno. It is already up on the gallery, so hopefully he'll be able to take a look at those so he can see everyone's wonderful builds, and he can see what I turned this one into. So James Turner did like this really huge old warehouse type build. He used a lot of brick and a lot of the windows from Snowy Escape and Moschino stuff. I know he did say he used a lot of stuff from the Star Wars Batuu game pack. I don't have that one, so nothing was in there for me to delete from that, but I did delete all of the old clutter type stuff that he had placed throughout the build. So my idea for this old factory build was to transform it into an industrial wedding venue. I actually felt like this was the perfect amount of space for something like this, and it's kind of interesting that I actually decided to do this reno before we even got the announcement of some of the new packs that we're getting this year. So with the announcement that we are getting sort of a game pack surrounded around love, we all are speculating that is obviously going to be a wedding game pack, and I'm super excited about that, and I'm sure you guys have some opinions and things that you want to talk about all those new packs with the announcement as well. So please leave me anything you want to say in the comments below. What do you think the new game pack will be? Do you specifically think it's going to be a wedding game pack, or do you think it's just going to be more so surrounded around love and relationships? Let me know in the comments. So with this reno that we're doing, I decided to kind of split up the areas into two different sections. So for those of you who have never been to a wedding before, in the US, I'm not sure how different they are around the world, but here where I live kind of in the southern East Coast area of the US, so weddings around here are definitely like just a whole big celebration. Most of the time for weddings, you kind of do everything all in one place. I know when my parents were younger, when they were getting married back in the day, weddings were kind of a thing where you would do the ceremony at a church or at the courthouse, and then they would pick a place to go take their photos somewhere else, like in a park, or somewhere else that's like nice and outdoorsy, because that's how it always was. And then they would move to another place to do their reception. So most of the time back then, it would be ceremony at a church or courthouse, pictures outdoors somewhere at a park, and then the reception would be like the eating and drinking and partying up with the family and friends, either at a restaurant or some sort of event venue where you could fit that many people. So nowadays, where I'm from, everything is just all in one building. And the reason I know this is because I actually did just get engaged a little over, I guess it was a month and a half ago now. So I have been doing all the wedding planning, and I did already end up finding the venue that we want to get married at, and it's pretty similar to this one. It's not industrial, but it definitely is sort of like a modern, like a modern rustic, like modern farmhouse kind of vibe. So with this build, it is definitely more industrial, but I wanted to keep it so that you could do the ceremony, cocktail hour, reception, everything all in one big building. So that's what I did here with this build. So here on this side of the build, which if you're looking at the front of the building, it's the right side of the building. On the main floor, this is going to be the ceremony side. So the ceremony side is pretty much where you'll have all of the chairs set up, and that's where your sim will walk down the aisle to get married at this beautiful archway that I tried so hard to make look nice, because the flowers on it were just not great. That is one thing that I'm really excited about if this new pack is going to be a wedding pack, is that we might be able to get some like new wedding arches or like arbors. I don't know what you call them. The little archways that you get married under. I really hope that they add some newer, more modern ones in this pack, because we only have 2, and they are definitely not my choice. So I think that would be something cool to see in this pack, and definitely see a lot more decorations that we can use at these different places where we can decorate it for weddings with, like, you know, different colors and themes and stuff like that. I just really hope that I'm not let down and that there's not much in this pack. You know, I want to make sure we have enough stuff, because as of right now, the only things we have in the game that are for weddings are some of the base game items, and then the chairs and like party decorations from this one pack that everyone hates. What is it? Luxury party? Yeah. The only thing from that pack that anyone likes using are these chairs, because these are still chairs that people use in modern day for like weddings and stuff. Like at the venue that I'm going to have my wedding at, we are going to have these chairs as our like option for the ceremony. So they're just everywhere. They look nice, but they're also cheap. So on that side of the building, I added in a few tables. One is like the gift table, one is just like decoration, kind of like welcome type, like welcome to the wedding table, and then the other one is probably going to be like a cake table or something like that. It's just there. I left the other one undecorated, and then I came across that sign that I thought would look so perfect for the outside of the building. Really, it's a cafe sign, so just like don't look at it too closely. We can pretend that it says like welcome to the wedding of this sim and this sim, you know. So with the exterior of this reno, I definitely didn't want to change it up too much because I thought it looked good the way it was. I just wanted to make sure I could get rid of the like old grimy looking stuff on the outside and just make it look like it's brand new, you know? So on the exterior, the main things that I was really changing was I just changed all of the windows to the black color instead of the gray, and then I just kind of added on a little bit more of the cement to the outside. I didn't like the one that looked like it had holes in it. It's just like not really my favorite, so I just used this like normal gray concrete for some other areas of the exterior of the build, but I wanted to make sure I could keep the majority of it as a brick building, since that's the overall vibe, and I think that's how it looks best. As for the inside, I did change a lot of the wall colors in some of the individual rooms, but of course I did keep the brick for all of the like more open areas. So we have kind of pretty much finished up that ceremony side of the building. This middle area is going to be the entryway, so this is like where I'm going to put the front desk so your Sims can, I'm using air quotes here, check in to the wedding, you know. So front desk is probably where, you know, your Sims, if they were trying to pick a venue, that's who would be at the front desk to greet them, you know, to give them a tour of the place and talk them through specifics and all of that. So I thought it needed a front desk just to kind of fill in the space, and I did add like a small office area for like the supposed workers that own the venue. Of course, I did upload this on the gallery as a generic lot, so it's just kind of there and any Sim can just walk inside and be there. So it's just your generic community lot technically, but that's really the only way I could upload it to the gallery, since we don't have an actual like wedding venue lot type. So hopefully when we get this new game pack, if it is a wedding game pack, then hopefully we can get a new wedding venue lot type so that we don't just have a bunch of random Sims wandering around on the lot when you're trying to have a wedding. So that is one of the issues I came across when I was trying to go in and get screenshots of the build, and I was trying to get some video footage of the build as well, just doing like a tour through the inside, but there's just like probably 50 Sims on this lot, and they were all crowding around in the bride's suite and in the groomsman's suite, and like they were just everywhere. Not to mention like 3 of them were in bear suits, because I built this in the outdoor retreat world, Granite Falls, so that was not fun. So hopefully we can get a wedding venue lot type so that we don't just have random Sims wandering around and just kind of ruining the whole vibe of the wedding. So screenshots were very difficult having that many Sims around, and of course I couldn't turn it into a residential to take screenshots, which is what I normally do. I have a Sim move in, I take screenshots, and then I change it back to the lot type it was, but I couldn't do that here because I built it in the rental world, so I can't put a residential on the rental lot in the rental world. I just couldn't do that, so it was a community lot. I ended up getting the screenshots and I think they turned out really nice, but that was definitely not fun. So here on the exterior area, I added in a bunch of bistro cocktail tables on the outside with some string lights. So ideally your Sims would move from the ceremony to the outside where they would have their cocktail hour, so your Sims could have their drinks, they could be chatting it up with each other, having a good time while the bride and groom are out taking photos together. And of course in The Sims it's different. I mean, you could have your Sims walk around and take photos with each other, and it would take like maybe 2 minutes in the actual game. But in the real world, ideally that's what would happen during a wedding. So here I've got another little picture area on the back side of the building. So this is ideally where bride and groom will take some photos. Maybe bride and bridesmaids would take some photos here. And then in front of it, I also have like a little photo area, like a photo booth kind of thing, for your Sims to take photos in front of the little wall with the neon sign and like the little grassy, the new wall plant from the Bloom and Rooms kit. So here we are in the entryway, and I'm doing the little front desk I was talking about. And then I did add those curtains on the left just because I wanted to make sure there was still privacy and division between the main area and the ceremony area. Ideally, the bride would be walking down the stairs from the bridal suite and outside, and then making her grand entrance through the barn doors in the back. So I put curtains up on this right side just so that when all your Sims are seated, if they can ever be seated, I mean, I know how weddings go in The Sims. They don't exactly go according to plan. Your Sims don't pay attention and do what they're supposed to, but ideally, if all of your Sims were sitting down, waiting for the ceremony to start, the bride would not want to be seen until she walked through those barn doors in the back. So I put the curtains up just to block the view and create more privacy and separation. And I did also keep this like fake elevator shaft that James had put in the build. I felt like it just worked, and it's nice to just kind of have that there as like an extra little area of something special that was kept from the old factory. So I thought it looked really cute and really pretty, and I didn't move the stairs either, but I did add on this little step down from the back side just to create more of an entryway area off of the cocktail hour into the reception. I just had to pause and take a breather because when I do voiceovers, I realize I don't breathe as much as I should. I just had a coughing fit, but it's okay. I'm fine. We're fine. So in this area, this is the left side of the building. If you're looking at the front of the building from the outside, this is the left side. So this is what I made as the reception area of the build. Now, ideally, the reception area would be just a little bit bigger than this. So it was kind of hard to squeeze in tables that your Sims could walk around, especially because I believe I fit about, I want to say it was like around 50 seats for the ceremony. So I wanted to try and fit 50 seats as well at the reception, like dinner tables in this area, but that just wasn't gonna happen. There wasn't a lot of space. I couldn't do round tables, so I just did like a really big, almost U-shape formation of the tables around the dance floor. So the dance floor is in the middle, and that's where your Sims can just party it up and have a good time and dance their hearts out. And then I've just got tables kind of surrounding it, which I know in The Sims, your Sims are not gonna sit down and have a meal together during the wedding. That's just not gonna happen. But I did put the tables there just to give it the full feel of what the wedding venue would fully look like, especially in real life if this was an actual venue. So I put the tables in, I put in a whole bunch of chairs, and then I did decorate the tables. I added some candles, I added some greenery, some flowers and things, just to make it look like it was fully decorated for a wedding. So if you decide to use this lot for your weddings, I would say you can definitely delete all the tables in here and just put in a bigger dance floor, because ideally most of your Sims are probably just going to be over here dancing the whole time. They're most likely not even going to be there for the ceremony. So if that's what you want to do, that will work perfectly fine, and it will still look good either way. So at this point, I was trying to add in the bride and groom's table with just the 2 seats. And I did decorate it fully as the bride and groom's table at weddings. That's normally what you do. You add the florals on there, different from everyone else's tables, just to kind of make that the center, like, statement piece since that's where the bride and the groom are sitting. So I did change up the tables just because I felt like these fit a little bit better, especially with the chairs and stuff, and it looks just a little bit more clean, but it still has the industrial vibe to it without looking too rustic. So I've got the little bar over here, and then I added like a little tiny menu so your Sims can kind of see what kind of drinks they can get at the bar. And that's pretty much all I did for the ceremony, the reception, and the cocktail hour areas. So now we are moving upstairs, and there isn't a bathroom on the first floor. Honestly, there wasn't room for one because I wanted to keep the elevator there. So bathrooms are upstairs. It's this one bathroom. It's a community bathroom, so we've got 4 stalls, 4 sinks, plenty of space in there for your Sims to get around. One thing I did notice, since this was a generic lot and there was like 50 Sims here all at the same time, the toilets, all 4 of them, literally broke within having the game running for maybe 2 minutes. So if this is a generic lot, you will probably need to replace those toilets a bunch of times, or at least have a Sim with max skill to fix it. So that's not something I could really fix. I wish they didn't break that easily, but Sims are just, they're crazy. They're crazy. So right here in this area, this is going to be the food prep kitchen. So ideally, this is where your Sim will probably go ahead and make the wedding cake and have that ready. This is where you can have the meals to serve to everyone so they can eat some food. I've got literally 2 ovens, 2 stoves, 2 sinks, 2 fridges, and then I did put in 3 of those toaster oven type things. That was just kind of to mimic the warming stations that they would normally have, especially like food caterers. That's just something they have for large events. They keep the food warm inside those. So I decided I would have those in there just to add a little something extra to the counters, since I wasn't really going to add any clutter there. So this room off of the hallway from the food prep area is the groomsmen suite, I guess you'd call it. So I definitely wanted to hint to the more industrial rustic vibe in here, and I wanted it to be cozy and yet still, keep it very manly, if you will. So I did put in these leather couches that we got from the industrial loft stuff, and the little globe is also a bar in there. And then I did add in this little foosball table, just for a little bit of fun for the groomsmen. There is a bathroom that is connected to this room. I did not show it in the speed build just because it's boring. It's literally just a bathroom. So I think this turned out really nice, actually. I love the way it turned out. I definitely think it was exactly what I was looking for it to look like. I think I did okay with the decorating, and I didn't make it look too girly. I think I kept it looking the good amount of stylish, but still manly. So now here is the bridal suite. So this one, I definitely want to make sure there was space for all of the bridesmaids to get ready and do their makeup. So I added this little bar top with mirrors for all the girls to look their best. And then, of course, I did add the full standing mirror so they can all check their looks and look pretty. And, of course, so you guys can get the perfect screenshots of your Sims getting ready and of your bridal Sim with her dress on. So, as I said before, I definitely built this keeping in mind of all the places where you guys would want to take pictures of your Sims. Like, if you guys are very much into posting on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, or Reddit with your Sims storylines and what's been going on with your Sims, and just keeping track of like their families and their story progression and stuff like that. I just know you guys would definitely want spaces to take like aesthetically pleasing photos of your Sims, especially of your Sims that are like the bride and groom, obviously. So I kept that in mind when I was doing this build and trying to furnish everything in here. There is another floor above this one. Now I didn't add any rooms up there besides the office space. So everything else up on that third floor is literally just decorated for pictures, for places for you to take photos of your bride, of your bridesmaids, the groom, the groomsmen. I mean, all of that. It's just kind of there for picture areas. So I did that all for you guys, just so that you would have options and places to take beautiful pictures of your Sims. And then there is a bathroom right off of the bridal suite as well. And I also did include in the screenshots, I did include a few photos of my Sim dressed in her little wedding dress, and some spaces where you can take some photos of your Sims, just so you can kind of get some ideas with how I furnished it. So I hope you all really enjoyed this and enjoyed this build, and I hope that my talking and commentary didn't like ruin your experience of watching this speed build. I just know that it's a very long video, and I didn't mean for it to be this long. I did try to edit out as much as I could, but I definitely wanted to give you guys like a little chat as to my ideas behind everything I was doing with this build. So that is the second floor all done. And this is the top floor I was talking about. So the only thing up here is just some furniture for pictures and a little office space. So I don't really have much more to talk about. I hope you all really loved the way this turned out, and I hope you all end up using this venue for some of your Sims when they get married. If you do use this build for some of your Sims, or simply just for taking some photos of your Sims, can you guys tag me? Like, I want to see when you guys are using my builds. I think that would be the coolest thing ever. I haven't seen anyone tag me in anything if they do use my builds, but this is on the gallery along with all of my other builds. So if you guys end up using this and you take some screenshots in game, DM it to me on Instagram. I would love to see them, and I think that would like mean everything to me, honestly. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this speed renovation, speed build of a wedding venue. And if this is actually your ideal wedding venue, that is awesome. I really hope that you find a place similar to this if this is exactly what you're looking for. I really do. And there's like so many places out there for you if you are engaged and you're getting married soon and you're looking for a venue. There's so many places out there, but I know it's hard. I know it's so hard to find a place that has everything you need and everything you want and has the same vibes you're going for. Believe me, I had so much trouble trying to find one, but you will find one, and when you know it's the one, you know it's the one. Same thing as your person, you know, when you know they're the one, they're the one. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little video I did for you today, and I hope you enjoyed my commentary. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the build, if you plan on using it, if this is your ideal wedding venue, and what you think of the new game pack and announcements that came out just a couple days ago. So I will leave you all to it to watch the screenshots and fully take in the beauty that is this whole venue with the lights and all. So thank you all so much for clicking on my video and giving it a look and watching this far. I truly appreciate you all, and I wish you all a happy new year. Happy 2022, and I hope you all have yet another wonderful year, and I hope you all stay safe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.